Welcome to U.S. Citizenship Civics Test Preparation, Chapter 5, Rights and Responsibilities. Have you ever wondered why Americans have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the right to vote? These rights come from the U.S. Constitution. But with rights also come responsibilities. In this video, we'll learn about the Bill of Rights, the freedoms everyone enjoys, the responsibilities people have, voting rights, and how immigrants become U.S. citizens. The U.S. Constitution protects individual rights, also called freedoms. Some rights belong to everyone living in the United States, while others belong only to U.S. citizens. Along with these rights, everyone also has responsibilities, such as obeying the law. After the Constitutional Convention in 1787, many Americans refused to support the new Constitution because it did not include a list of individual rights. People wanted guarantees that the government could not take away their basic freedoms. To convince Americans to support the Constitution, James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, and John Jay wrote 85 essays called the Federalist Papers. Published between October 1787 and May 1788, they explained why the Constitution was important. All three writers signed the essays using the pen name Publius. Supporters of the Constitution promised to add amendments protecting individual freedoms. An amendment is a change to the Constitution. Because of this promise, more Americans supported the Constitution. In 1791, the first 10 amendments were added. Together, they are called the Bill of Rights. The First Amendment protects 5 important freedoms for everyone living in the United States: freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, freedom of the press, freedom to petition the government. These freedoms allow people to express ideas, practice their beliefs, gather peacefully, report the news, and ask the government to fix problems. Freedom of speech means people can say or write what they believe without fear of being sent to jail simply for expressing their opinions. This freedom allows Americans to participate in democracy by sharing ideas, discussing public issues, and communicating with government leaders. Freedom of religion means people may practice any religion they choose, or choose not to practice a religion at all. The government cannot force someone to follow a particular faith. The Bill of Rights protects many other freedoms. For example, the Sixth Amendment guarantees that people accused of breaking the law have the right to a fair and speedy trial by a jury, helping ensure justice is carried out fairly. Everyone living in the United States has responsibilities. One of the most important is following the rule of law. This means everyone, including citizens and government officials, must obey the law. One important responsibility is paying federal income taxes. Every year, eligible taxpayers file a federal income tax return with the U.S. government. Traditionally, the filing deadline is April 15th. Another responsibility applies to men who are U.S. citizens or legal permanent residents. Between the ages of 18 and 26, they are required by law to register with the Selective Service System. This registration helps the government prepare if a military draft is ever needed. Voting in federal elections is both a right and a responsibility that belongs only to U.S. citizens. Through voting, citizens choose their U.S. representatives, U.S. senators, and the president. Over time, the Constitution expanded voting rights. The 15th Amendment, 1870, protected voting rights regardless of race for male citizens. The 19th Amendment, 1920, gave women the right to vote. The 24th Amendment, 1964, ended poll taxes in federal elections. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 strengthened protections against voting discrimination. The 26th Amendment, 1971, lowered the voting age from 21 to 18. Today, U.S. citizens who are 18 years or older can vote in federal elections. The United States has welcomed immigrants from around the world. Many have helped shape the nation's history, economy, science, culture, and communities. One way to become a U.S. citizen is through naturalization. To qualify, a person generally must be at least 18 years old, be a lawful permanent resident, submit a naturalization application and fees, meet residence and physical presence requirements, demonstrate good moral character and commitment to the Constitution, read, write, speak, and understand basic English, pass a civics and English test, and complete an interview, attend a naturalization ceremony. At the naturalization ceremony, applicants take the oath of allegiance. By taking this oath, they promise to give up loyalty to other countries, defend the Constitution and laws of the United States, obey U.S. laws, serve in the U.S. military if required by law, perform important service for the nation if needed, remain loyal to the United States. Once the oath is completed, they officially become U.S. citizens. Naturalization is not the only path to citizenship. A person may also become a U.S. citizen by being born in the United States under the conditions of the 14th Amendment, deriving citizenship through laws established by Congress, often based on a parent's citizenship. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe.